everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Friday, February 12th. We don't have any meetings today, so we'll just jump to tell you who's on our show. And we have Jeff Parker here with the Laguna Woods update. We'll talk about the vaccination program that's happening today. And then we have Sue Margolis, who is here on behalf of United with an update. She's got lots of great information. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the vaccination information that we have for you. Of course, we have our hotline where you can call 949-594-2533. And if you have any additional questions regarding the vaccination distribution, you can go to our FAQ page, which is on LagunaWoodsVillageAlerts.com website. Now, if you are a Kaiser Permanente member, Kaiser Permanente has their own hotline, which is 833-574-2273. And then if you would like to make an appointment, you go to kp.org/COVID vaccine and click on Make an Appointment. If you'd like to be vaccinated at the Soka University or Disneyland, of course, you can go to othina.com to register there. And if you want additional information regarding that, you go to occovid19.ochealthinfo.com. All right, our weather is a little bit rainy today, but it's going to be cleared out of here by tonight, and we are going to be looking at some cloudy skies tomorrow. So today, 65-49, tomorrow, cloudy, 63-45. Sunday, partly cloudy, 66-46. Monday, partly sunny, 65-48, and Tuesday, partly sunny, 67-53. And if you are traveling this weekend, the beaches are going to be overcast today and tomorrow, but we're looking at 63-47. Santa Barbara is going to be a bit windy, 68-45. San Diego, 63-50. Up in the high Sierras, we are expecting snow, 35-25. Big Bear is going to get some wind as well, 45-23. Mammoth, 35-20. And Palm Springs, windy, 72-48. Our sunrise this morning was 6:38, and our sunset will be at 5:33. Thank you, David Silberstein, for sending in this beautiful photo. And if you have a photo you'd like to share with us, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, stay tuned, and we will sit down with Jeff Parker.
Did you know there are over 400,000 seniors in Orange County today? So where does a senior or family caregiver go for information and resources? You can turn to the Answers Guide published by the Council on Aging Southern California. Answers is full of articles and resources to help you navigate the aging experience. You can pick up your free copy today at the clubhouse nearest you or at the Social Services Office. The Council on Aging, helping seniors remain healthy, connected, and protected.
Welcome back. I have Jeff Parker here. Welcome. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Lincoln's birthday.
Yes, and then Monday is a holiday for a lot of people.
The actual president's holiday.
That's right, the president's holiday.
Combining both Lincoln and Washington. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, good. Well, we've got a 3-day weekend ahead of us. So what kind of information do you have for us today regarding not only COVID numbers, but the vaccination distribution program?
All right, we'll start with COVID numbers. They, again, in the hospitalization, one things that we really focus on, the trend is still going down, which is great. Under 1,000, 965 in the hospitalized, and we broke that 300 number. Now we're down to 298 with cases currently in the ICU. Last week we were at 360, so we're seeing a good trend in that. Unfortunately, 42 fatalities reported. And the interesting thing there is we've talked about is that was a pretty good split there between, unfortunately, residents that live in normal housing versus skilled nursing and assisted living. They were at 16 if you add those two up. So it's impacting people that have been in ICUs for quite a long time. And that's what is being reported, that people, unfortunately, that are passing away have been in that ICU environment for quite a while. The COVID cases, there was a little bit of an uptick. We were at 500s and then 600, so we did see a little uptick yesterday, going to 779. I don't know if that's anything to be too worried about because we were trending in the right direction. We'll see that on the next slide when we look at our percentages. But I think we're going in the right direction. Again, like I said, with regards to the active participation by our residents out there. With regards to the village itself, we're at 300, and when I say the village, I'm talking about, again, the Laguna Woods, it's the whole city. We're at 378 cases, so again, a little bit of an uptick from last Friday when we talked. And then 27 people have passed away, which is the same number that we had
good.
before.
Well, that's encouraging.
So we haven't seen any
not
additional.
Not good, but encouraging
Right.
that it's not higher.
Well, exactly. So again, I think the important thing is with regards to the hospitalization, that trend's going in the right direction. The cases are going in the right direction. So it's just a matter of continuation. As you can see there, we're now at 29.7%. A week ago when we talked on the second or the third or whatever, the beginning of that week, we had a 46.6 reporting in that category. Then we went down to 39, and now we're down to 29.
Good.
And that positivity rate is at 9.4. It was at 12.9. Had dropped down to 10, and now it's below 10 at 9.4. So we're
that's good.
clearly going in the right direction with regards to the number of cases that are showing up and the positivity rate. So,
Wow, we just might hit that red level.
yeah, if we can keep going. I mean, we got ways to go on the rates, but the positivity rate's pretty good. So again, keep our fingers crossed, and thank you to all the residents out there in the communities that are being careful and socially distancing, wearing the mask.
Right.
You know, more reports coming out about double masking, and that potentially can help too. All I can suggest is, just make sure you're wearing the mask as much as possible and protecting yourself. So that's really what comes down to.
Right, and there's a lot of things that have opened up. I mean, there's lots of restaurants that are now, some of them are doing indoor dining. So if you choose to do that, keep that mask on, like you said. They pretty much require it anyway. You have to put the mask on before you sit down, and then once you sit down, you can take it off, and that seems to be the way it works. And most of them are still masked in terms of servers and things like that.
Absolutely.
So they all just, they want to get back to business because the poor things have been suffering so much in the economy. So if you do choose to do that, you always have to follow the rules.
And that's the same thing here. We're starting to, get into more evaluation of our operations, and is there something that we can change, and how soon can we change that? Making sure that we not only protect the residents who could potentially be engaged with us, but also making sure that our employees are protected. Right. And that's the challenge with regards to opening up any of our facilities, making sure we have that balance. And certainly we've had a lot of dialogue about that recently, and we're going to continue to have dialogue about that and try to look at options so that we can provide better service to the community.
Great, good information. All right, so the vaccine distribution program is today only, Friday. So tell me about how that transpired.
So as we've talked before, we usually hear from Orange County Healthcare on Tuesday or Wednesday with whether we're going to get an additional allocation. Unfortunately, on Wednesday, we got notified that our big allotment that we usually look for, a Saturday, Sunday operation, we were not going to receive this week, just this week.
Right.
And that's the emphasis I want to say, just this week.
Just this week. Mm-hmm.
And so we have our allotment for Friday, which is today, and we're implementing that. We're in operation down there from 9:30 to 4:30, and we have about 1,000, just under 1,000 vaccines that we'll be implementing. So we contacted people that had appointments on Saturday had already received an email on that. So we recontacted them and said, here's your new appointment for today.
Okay.
And we're going to basically try to shove everybody from Saturday into Friday, along with, we started today, our outbound operations, where we're going into residents who can't get here, physically can't get there. They're bedridden or something like that. They just had an operation or that type of activity. And we started that, we're starting that today and getting those first shots out to those people, which I think is magnificent. It's probably the only place in the county, and maybe only place in the state that's really doing such an activity like that. Now we're fortunate, we're smaller in size, but at the same time it's a real incredible outreach by our partnership with Memorial Care to get doctors that can do that, to get practitioners in the health that can observe the people and make sure that that's all being done appropriately and meeting all the conditions. So we're real excited about that, and it's just something that, again, to bring to our community and to our residents. And so combination of that and our operation today, we hope we can get to that number where we've got just about everybody vaccinated in that 65 and over category. Now we know that there's a number of people that have gone through the Othina and gone to SoCa, and we still want to encourage you, if you can't get an appointment here, please do it that way. And then starting in the weeks coming, we'll be doing the second vaccine. And there is nothing, I want to make sure, nothing we have been told that we're not going to get that vaccine. So that's in line, and we'll be setting up that in the future weekends.
And you know, we're always at the mercy of the Orange County Healthcare Agency. So it's, I mean, you know, there's a lot of people trying to get the doses, and so the fact that we have any, which is remarkable, and it's really great. So good thing that we were able to secure enough to do everybody today. And then at what point will you think you'll know when they'll get the second doses or the doses for the second time?
We'll hear that on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Generally it's Wednesday, but sometimes it's Tuesday. The first case, you know, was late as Thursday, unfortunately. So that we like to get it as soon as we can, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we can get all the notifications out and make sure everybody has their appointments to come back in. So then next weekend, it will only be the second doses, is that correct? We're starting on that to get the second doses. Now, if we have an additional dosages, we may be able to facilitate getting first dosage as well, but we're really focusing then moving forward towards the second dose.
Well, there's a lot of people that get the second dose, that's for sure, because you've been so good at doing the first one for the last 3-4 weeks.
We got over 7,600 people vaccinated, so that's pretty amazing.
That is pretty amazing. All right, well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Anything else?
No, everything's status quo with regards to our operations. A little wet, and we slowed down a little bit on some of our outside activities, but no, we moved.
Riding those bikes in the rain is probably not a good idea. Or Zumba in the rain, I guess you could do that. But all right, well, good. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Exactly.
All right, thanks. And remember that if you had an appointment for tomorrow, Saturday, you will be contacted to be able to be moved to today. And if you have any additional questions, you can always contact the hotline. We'll be right back.
I'm very concerned that patients with stroke, heart attack, sepsis, or other medical emergencies are delaying care. Let me reassure you, it is safe and critically important that you do not ignore the signs and symptoms such as chest discomfort, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, or sudden onset of headache. If you think you may be having a medical emergency, don't wait. Call 911 or go to your nearest emergency room.
Welcome back. Today I am joined by Sue Margolis, who is here on behalf of United. Well, Sue, how are you doing?
I'm above ground, is what I like to say.
Well, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Well, wonderful. Looks like you have a lot of good stuff and some not so good stuff, but a full report.
That is true. We do. Good afternoon, good day, everybody. And I hope our residents 65 and older have been making arrangements to get their COVID vaccine so we can get on with the new normal, which we still don't understand.
We don't know what it is, but nonetheless.
Yes. Here's what's been happening with your board. We had our monthly board meeting, still virtual, on schedule as usual, and we have finally now passed the subleasing resolution and are compliant with AB 3182.
Mm-hmm.
We reorganized our committees to put Diane, our new member, on the appropriate committees, and she's on Finance, M&C, Governing Docs, Budgeting Ad Hoc Committee, and Disaster Preparedness. Everybody's got a full load.
Yeah, and she's nice. We interviewed her last time. Lovely woman, and she sounds very qualified.
She is very qualified, a very top-notch person. We are really happy to have her on board. A new committee, Budgeting Ad Hoc Committee, has been formed to give EMS staff direction on the information the board would like to see in order to be able to create the budget for the coming budget cycle. The budget cycling will begin in April, and if you're interested and can help, would like to be a consultant, please let me know so we can get started on the bad. So now to the bad news. We are experiencing another large problem in our alterations department. We are shorthanded by 3 inspectors, and we are trying to fill the positions, but our methods of doing inspections are not standard. So any new hire is not going to be up and running the first day out with our system. It will take training. The board is aware and is trying to shore up the department, as you will see with some of the new resolutions we have passed. We in particular do not want to see a resident stuck waiting halfway through a project. Please be patient. Some good directors are working on this problem. Brian and Carl are working very hard with this. We're doing a trial of allowing some sets of alterations to not require permits, but you will have to still fill out a form so that the database is complete. You will not have a inspection, but you're expected to give a before and after photos. A limited number of alterations are on the list, and if a city permit is required, like for a water heater, you still have to get that.
Okay.
So we're hoping to undo some of the Big Brother stuff. The other change is that there's a moratorium on variances. If an alteration requires a variance, which means it's not ever been done before, or you're going to structurally change the building, you will not be able to start for 6 months. Variances take a lot of time to review to make sure that they're not structurally damaging and they're architecturally consistent, and we don't have the staff to do that.
Right.
We don't want you to get your tear down permit and then have to wait months to get your construction permit and have to live in a half building.
Yeah.
Hopefully the department will get caught up, and as soon as they do, we will be able to process the variances.
Okay.
The last new thing on the agenda was the Resident Advisory Committee. We're going to discontinue this until we can have face-to-face meetings. It was a great resource to the residents who are having problems and didn't know where to go. But without face-to-face meetings, we can't help them very well. We had a wonderful team of volunteers, of long-term residents who assisted with this committee, but it doesn't work without face-to-face.
Okay. Okay. What were some of the problems that you were having about that?
Well, because we can't meet the person and hear their problems. So, and it was scheduled and it just isn't working out that way.
Okay.
But not being able to has hampered the effectiveness of this committee. Instead, if you have a problem, please call resident service and get a work order number. If after a week or two you feel things are not right, call a director and we will escalate the problem to the right resource. Hopefully this workaround will work for the short term until we have face-to-face encounters again.
Okay. Well, that might help alleviate some, like you said, instead of going straight to you guys, resident services has multiple people that can help them.
Give staff a chance to take care of it first, and that's what we hope to do.
Okay.
We're seeing an increasing number of phone calls, more angry residents, more residents starting rumors about monies that are being collected and being used unwisely. All the money is accounted for. The assessments didn't go up, even though the cost of water, garbage, electricity, wages, material, contract raises, all did go up. All the operating expenses went up, but because of the furlough and the delay in some work, we had a surplus, which we will be putting to use this year. You are receiving a refund, maybe not a big one-time payment, but the money that was saved is paying for the increases in expenditures. And if you look at the reserve chart, United would have had to raise the reserve contribution by $10 per month, the operating cost by another $15 per month, and GRF had similar expenditure increases. So you may think of this as a rebate. So quit asking for rebates. The Ad Hoc Insurance Committee is in the process of selecting a new broker, and we hope in the next few months to find a way to reduce the insurance costs. Also, an audit of the finances is being done by KPMG, and the results will be available in April. So there are some audits going on.
Sure.
The GRF bylaws have been revised, and there are two large changes. One is the famous 2.1.4 clause, which triggers a vote of the corporate members if a large sum of money is to be expended. It has been tightened up so that there's no misunderstanding. We've had some misunderstandings in the past. The second change is there will be a delegate member chosen from each of the mutuals to ensure all mutuals have representation on the GRF, much like senators.
Mm-hmm.
The boards are working closely together to make sure the village is a place where you want to live, and all residents will be represented.
That's a good idea. I think that sounds very fair. So like you said, everybody will be represented.
Right. Even after the vaccination, please remain safe, wear your masks. The side benefit of masks is the CDC is reporting that there has not been a flu season because of masking. Take care.
Yeah, thank you for that, because I would agree with that. I haven't had the flu. I haven't even had a cold, knock on wood.
They're saying it's been a fantastic year for health by wearing masks.
Yeah, well, I hope we don't have to make it a common thing, though, because I don't like them.
Well, you may want to do it if you don't want to have a cold or the flu.
Well, maybe it could be a seasonal thing, just like how, allergies. Okay, it's mask season. All right, take care. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And we'll be right back after this.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Welcome back. Well, our movie for today is called Best of Enemies, and it is starring Sam Rockwell. Love that guy. And it is brought to you by City of Hope, and you will be able to watch that today at 2 p.m. with subtitles and then 7 p.m. without subtitles. So you can check that out. And like I said, that was brought to you by City of Hope. And then I want to tell you Saturday's movie is another good one called Loving. And this is starring Joel Edgerton, and this is brought to you by Hogue, and it is going to be shown at 3 p.m. with subtitles and then 6 p.m. without subtitles. So 2 really great movies for you. And then I wanted to wish everybody who celebrates the Chinese New Year, happy Chinese New Year. That starts today, and it is the year of the ox. So if you are following that kind of stuff, you can look that all up on the internet and figure out what the year will bring for you. So just something fun to remind you of, and it's not over. Today, it goes on for about a week or so. And then let's give you some more information about those emails that we have been talking to you about. You can send an update if you have a change in your phone or a change in your email. Resident services at VMS inc.org is where you're going to want to email that information. And then we started our at-home vaccination program today, but they are still going to be doing that as they get more vaccinations. So they are looking for retired professional medical folks, and if you would like to volunteer and help sit with the people once they have received the vaccine, we really would appreciate that. Please email info@lagunawoodsvillage.com for that information. So go ahead and do that if you would like to participate. Okay, let's take a look at our weather one last time. We are just finishing up some sprinkles today. It's not going to be raining too much longer, but we are still going to be cloudy today with 65-49. Tomorrow cloudy as well, 63-45. Sunday 66-46. Monday partly sunny, 65-48. And Tuesday 67-53. If you are traveling, the beaches are looking gloomy today, but will clear up for the weekend. 63-47. Santa Barbara 68-45. San Diego 63-50. And there is going to be snow at Tahoe 35-25. Big Bear 45-23. Mammoth is still holding at 35-20, and they have some packed powder for you. Palm Springs windy with 72-48. We'll be back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Have a great day in the village. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Are you or someone you know facing financial challenges from unexpected emergency expenses? The Foundation of Laguna Woods Village can provide the temporary help you need. Meals on Wheels, adult day services, dental services, medical alert services, and ambulance contracts. Contact the Village Social Services at 949-597-4267 to see if you qualify. Neighbors helping neighbors. The mission of the Foundation of Laguna Woods Village.
Hi, I'm John Bowser Bauman. You probably know me best as Bowser from Sha-Na-Na, but I'm also president of Social Security Works PAC. And you know, when I'm in Laguna Woods, I always watch Village Television. Grease for Peace.